DeAaron Fox reached a contract extension with the San Antonio Spurs. 4 years, $229 million. It's a big number for DeAaron Fox.
It is a big number. I think, I tend to look at this more as a Grizzlies fan, because most of what I saw yesterday when that was signed was, whoa, overpay, that's crazy, and you have two young guards that you drafted in back-to-back years. Why would you do that if you're the Spurs? I think it's the same reason that you would do it if you were in a similar situation if you're a team like the Grizzlies. Small market, you've got a guy that's a proven starting point guard there right now. You want to win this season if you're the Spurs. I think it's just the price you have to pay if you're a team like that.
I think that's right. It's just what you do.
Yeah.
I mean, we can haggle over the numbers, but the numbers were always going to be something like this. Mm-hmm. And once you make a move for DeAaron Fox, you kind of are in the DeAaron Fox business. He's 27 years old. He's obviously a blur with the ball. He's been an NBA All-Star. You can reasonably think the best is yet to come, while also reasonably wondering, is it smart to invest this kind of money into a speed-first guard who's going to be entering his 30s still under this contract? All of those are reasonable conversations. But ultimately, I think where you land is this is the cost of doing business with a player of this caliber. This is just what it cost. Mm-hmm. It's not that undifferent. It's not too different than the Jaren Jackson Jr. conversation in Memphis. There are plenty of people just as soon as that contract gets announced say, really, this much money for a guy who only rebounds like this and only has made this many All-Star teams and blah, blah, blah. But it's this is what it cost.
Yeah.
Unless you want to, as a small market team, let an all-NBA level guy go into unrestricted free agency and possibly lose him for nothing, this is the cost of doing business. Beyond that, it's just managing people as well. Less than a year ago, when DeAaron Fox was traded from Sacramento to San Antonio, he made it very clear, I want to go to San Antonio. Mm-hmm. Not I want to go to New York or LA or Miami or Chicago. I want to go there. There were reports they had a list of possible destinations. He came out and said, that's bullshit. I didn't have a list. I had one place. I told Sacramento, I want to go to San Antonio. I want to play with Victor Wembanyama. And if I'm the Spurs, I value that immensely. I almost overpay for that. Mm-hmm. Here's a guy, traditionally in small markets, players like him are trying to get out. Here's a guy trying to come to us. He wants to come to our small market because he wants to be the Robin to our Batman that is Victor Wembanyama. He's not interested in going to the biggest market. He's not interested in making the most money. He's not interested in being the guy, although I'm sure on some level you can be interested in all of those things. But the thing he's most interested in is winning championships. And the place he thinks he's best equipped to do it, the player he believes can help him get there, is Victor Wembanyama. Mm-hmm. And I don't shoo that away too easily. Now, they didn't play much last year together.
Right.
They both had different injuries, and they only spent a handful of minutes on the court together. And those handful of minutes, small sample size, but they weren't incredibly encouraging. But the bet here is just that in a pick and roll heavy offense, how are you going to stop those two guys?
Right.
And if it happens to not work out, well, then you still got an all-NBA level guy under contract, team control. And as we've seen, you can move those contracts one way or another. The more likely scenario, because I do think this is interesting, obviously Wemby's going to be a max player. Mm-hmm. Every penny they can give him, they will, just as soon as they can. Now, DeAaron Fox is a max player, all right? You've got the reigning rookie of the year, Stephon Castle. In theory, that guy is supposed to go on. If he continues to develop the way you want him to develop, he's supposed to become a max player someday. And then you just use the second pick on another guard, Dylan Harper, and if he becomes what he's supposed to become someday, he is supposed to be a max player. You can't pay all these guys.
No,
you will never be able. I don't want to say never, but you will not be able to flourish the way they want to flourish with those four players under max contracts. And so you're going to have to make hard decisions at some point. But what it appears they're doing in San Antonio is we'll make those decisions when we have to make those decisions.
Yeah, let's wait till Castle and Harper's rookie deals are up, and then we'll figure it out. Right?
We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
You don't take You don't pass on Dylan Harper because you already got Stephon Castle. You don't get out of the DeAaron Fox business because you happen to get lucky, move up to 2 in the draft, and were able to select Dylan Harper. You just assemble the best talent you can get, and then you figure it out. I saw people debating how this thing plays out one way or another last night. And one, I think this is perhaps the most obvious way it could play out, is that Stephon Castle continues to be good, but the shooting never comes around. And what we find out is he was Rookie of the Year in a bad rookie class.
Yep.
Dylan Harper more establishes himself as the jumbo type of guard you'd prefer there. DeAaron Fox continues to be what he's been, which when healthy is great. Do you see these numbers? I was unaware of this. I would never have guessed this. And some of this is you're just drawing weird statistical lines to carve out an interesting group of players. Like we do this all the time because it's easy to do on the internet. But still, like what I'm about to tell you is true. DeAaron Fox has averaged 24.3 points, 6.2 assists per game on 47.8% shooting over the past 6 seasons. So clearly, like very strictly defined lines. But these are the lines. 24.3 points, 6.2 assists, 47.8% shooting over the past 6 seasons. The only other players to hit those numbers over that span, Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, LeBron James, and Luka Doncic.
How about that?
So he, at least in that carving of numbers, is in a pretty special group. When he stays healthy, he went for 60 last season.
Yeah, no, he's a good. I'm a fan. I like him. Yeah,
he seems made of the right stuff, wired the right way. I guess what some people suggested, this is the, I think, path I would co-sign in terms of this feels like a likely way it might play out. Stephon Castle continues to develop, is good but not great. Shooting never comes around. The Dylan Harper thing works the way you wanted. You invest in Wemby, you invest in DeAaron Fox, you invest in Dylan Harper, and you move Castle at some point for pieces that can... You break him up into smaller pieces. Same thing the Grizzlies did with Desmond Bane. You break him up into smaller pieces.
It actually seems very... I could see it going that route.
But here's the other way. Stephon Castle actually becomes everything you think he can become. Maybe Dylan Harper doesn't work out so much. Well, then you just move the other direction. You just got options now. This provides San Antonio with options, and it's why though Oklahoma City is sitting at the top of everything right now. In the West, if you're looking for franchises that in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years are going to be ready to try to take them on, it's the place to look is probably San Antonio.
The Gary Parrish Show, live weekdays at 10 a.m.